Good Monday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Monday. Um, I am your meteorologist, Joseph Peterson. Let's go on and talk about the weather for your Monday evening going into your future. We have some stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. Obviously, we will talk about the weather for tonight and our current weather, what's currently going on right now throughout the state of South Carolina, what's going on throughout the entire U.S. We're also going to talk about the tropics as well. Tropics is also another huge area that we're going to have to talk about. And then we also will talk about our pattern as well. And then after that, that's pretty much all that we're going to really talk about. So let's go on. And first off, say if you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button yet, go on and do so. We have right now 7 people watching and only 5 likes, so make sure that you go on and hit the like button if you have not already. Also, make sure you go and hit the subscribe button. We're at 598, trying to get to that main goal. Of 600. And then also, to share in the process as well, because sharing is caring, and it helps me out. That is all that I have to say there, though. So let's go on and talk about what's actually going on currently. So right now, nothing going on for the entire state of South Carolina. If we scroll our way up and see what's going on throughout the entire U.S., rainfall definitely going on up there inside of the Northeast, going on down there inside of parts of like southern Florida. And I'm not really seeing too much snowfall. The only snowfall that I'm potentially seeing is over there in like Washington, but it's relatively on like the more isolated side, not really too heavy. Rainfall in Minnesota, Wisconsin, the UP of Michigan, going into the Dakotas, and even Nebraska getting in on some of that rainfall. Now, in terms of cloud cover, no cloud cover is present over the entire state of South Carolina. If we see what's going on even further into the future with cloud cover, you can see that the cloud cover mainly stays up to the north, stays over into like the south and east away from us. And there is honestly a potential of fog. I can see like some little fog development going on like near like the coastal areas, and it might go a bit more inland. We'll see what happens there, but for right now it looks like that the coastal areas and parts of the inland areas might receive some fog. Now you can also see over there in like northwestern Georgia, Alabama, inside of eastern Tennessee and western North Carolina, that is another cold front right here that we are looking at, and that will continue to push its way down to the south and east. We'll talk about that as we get into our future, but current temperatures right now, 61 in Columbia as well as 57 inside of Orangeburg, 58 in Somerville as well as 59 in Georgetown, 61 in Murrells Inlet as well as 63 in Myrtle Beach, 57 also inside of Conway, and 62 in North Myrtle Beach. 58 inside of Newberry, and even around 59 in Aiken. We also do have around 61 inside of Charleston. As you move up here to the upstate, 55 in Greenville, as well as 54 inside of Spartanburg, 54 in Gaffney, and even 56 in York, Rock Hill, 59 in Clemson, and 56 in Anderson. Low temperatures for today, around 47 in Greenville, 45 in Spartanburg, and even around 47 in Anderson, 45 in Greenwood, and even 44 in Newberry, Winsboro, 46 in Rock Hill and Aiken, 43 in Barnwell, and 45 in Orangeburg, 46 in Sumter, and 49 also in Moncks Corner, 49 in Georgetown, and 47 in Walterboro, 53 Myrtle Beach, and even around 45 in Sherrod, Dillon, 57 in Charleston, and 59 in Hilton Head Island. Now for your rainfall for tonight, no rainfall is expected as we move through the next 24 hours, so no rainfall tonight or tomorrow. So we are good there. Crazy score, we're at a 9 for tonight. The reason why we're at a 9, obviously, going to be dry, going to be a bit chilly, clear, patchy fog, especially near like parts of like the coastal areas, maybe mountain valleys, rivers, and it's going to be a stable atmosphere. So nothing really to watch for tonight. Going to be a nice night. SPC outlook, no thunderstorms are expected tonight, nor tomorrow. And if we go into Wednesday as well, no thunderstorm activity here. For excessive rainfall, no excessive rainfall expected over the next 5 days either, so we are good there. And then, let's go on and talk about our short-term future. So we're going to start off here at 9 o'clock p.m. As we go on and push this forward, high pressure is here. You can see that cold front over there on the western side, but as we get to around 1 p.m., you can see it's not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. So we still have a bit of a ways to go before it gets there. Now, if we go even further into the future, all the way to 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 10 p.m., you can see it starts to move its way in, but it starts off around 5 o'clock as it moves its way throughout the state, and it has definitely some good convection with it, not the strongest and definitely not the most isolated, definitely not the most widespread either, but you can see as it continues to move its way down towards the coastal areas, down into like the southern Midlands, the Low Country, the Grand Strand, the PD areas, it really starts to lessen out a lot more, and then we get to around 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning, and at this point you're only just seeing some isolated shower activity going on by 5 o'clock in the morning in the Low Country, and then also inside of the Grand Strand area. So very, very low. Probably not even going to accumulate anything, so that wouldn't even count as a chance for rainfall. But as we go into 8 a.m. on Wednesday morning, you can see that as we continue all the way to the afternoon on Wednesday, things stay dry. Now, what about our long-term future? You continue this all the way through. I mean, we stay nice and dry all the way through to the 25th, through to the 26th. And then as you get to around like later on the day in the 26th, early 27th, I'm starting to see some rainfall pop up, but nothing too bad. Nothing too bad. Potentially just another little cold front potentially trying to move in. If we go and look at the thermodynamics and go into dew point or the precipitation area, I mean, it kind of just looks like a bit of cooler air that was already kind of here, and then we have like a little bit of a warm air mass kind of like just to our west, but not quite making it there. Goes all the way through, and there goes the cold front over there to the west. You can see as it pushes its way through on Halloween. Pushes its way through. That would be interesting to have a cold front on Halloween day, as everyone, might be out or some people just don't do anything, just stay inside, which is obviously fine as well. But we continue this forward, though, back to the convection, all the way through to the 29th, to the 30th, to the 31st. Rainfall moves its way through, all the way throughout the state. We go into the first day in November, and it looks like it will most likely be cooler, but a lot drier still. And then as we end it off, looks like that we will have a good start to at least the beginning of November. But that's over 300 hours out. By the time you get to November the 2nd, that's way too far out, over 300 hours, so we can't really say anything for that right now. But overall, not the most intimidating, definitely not the most active of runs, definitely just a more tamer, but we're starting to get into that season now. Fall severe weather season as well, to where we're going to have a bunch of cold fronts coming in, and if the ingredients are there, severe weather might be an issue, but for right now, not right now. So what about our actual pattern? So we're going to actually go in and look at the entire U.S. For this one. And as we just go in and, push this forward, obviously there goes our low pressure. This is why we kind of have like some cooler air. You can see the low pressure over there inside of Canada. That will obviously be over there. And then we have a high pressure over there to the west. That's why they will receive some more warmer than average temperatures. And that's just because they are inside of that ridge over there. So if you continue to push this forward even more, you can see all the way through to the 24th, to the 25th, the 26th. You can see some cooler air trying to get down, especially like in central Texas. And then you can really start to see kind of like that trough come through. This right here will most likely be our next cold front that pushes its way through. This is the 28th right here. That goes through. And then we have, obviously, that warm air that I was just talking about. Like a little ridge is going to pop up over near us all the way into October the 29th. But you're going to have that bowling ball, as some people like to say, bowling ball trough that's going to continue to move its way over to the east. And that brings, obviously, that unsettled, more cooler weather. So that will push its way over to the east. We get our cold front. They start to get warm over there again inside of the west. And then as you continue it forward, it's the same train over and over again. So we're going to have troughs coming through after trough, after trough, after trough. Just keep on going through into November. So that's what the pattern's going to be as we go through the next, honestly, I'd say like the next 15, 16 days or so. But that's it for the models. So what about the tropics? We do, in fact, have this disturbance right here, disturbance 1. This is Invest 98. Let me go ahead and pull that up and show you what it actually looks like right now. So we're going to move over. This is what it looks like right now. Definitely not the most organized, but definitely showing some more signs of organization from this morning. Here it is. Here it is, and what it looks like right now. And what does the discussion for it say? The discussion says a large area of showers and thunderstorms persist over the eastern Caribbean Sea to the east of the tropical wave. The system still appears to lack a closed surface circulation, but environmental conditions are soon forecast to become more conducive for development. A tropical depression or a tropical storm is expected to form within the next day or two, while the system shows its forward motion over the central Caribbean Sea. Regardless of development, heavy rainfall and gusty winds are possible over portions of the ABC Islands during the next couple of days. Interest in Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, Jamaica, Cuba all should monitor the progress of this disturbance, as there is a risk of heavy rainfall and flooding, strong winds, and rough surf later this week. So this has a 90% chance of forming over the next 48 hours and a 90% chance over the next 7 days. So this will most likely, very likely, form as we go through the next day or so. So that's what it looks like. What does the models for it right now say? This is the hurricane models. Most of them now kind of have that more northern track going over towards like Jamaica, Cuba, the Bahamas, Haiti, Dominican Republic, these areas over here. And so you have a couple that go more to the west. You have a couple that might go a bit more to the south and west. But for the most part, it looks like that it's trying to take that northern turn. The GFS pretty much does the same thing, has the same kind of motion going more to the north and east. Couple of stragglers, but still mostly to the north and east. The GEPS, same thing, maybe a bit more to the west, but for the most part, still taking that north and eastward track. Nothing for us. And then in terms of intensity, I mean, the model that we just looked at, the GFS, you couldn't see it because it was on the bottom right side of the screen, but it showed around a 953 millibar low pressure, and obviously the lower the number, the worse, and it goes from around, I mean, it can go all the way from 1,000 all the way down to like 900, so around 950, that's probably around like a category 3-ish or so. But in terms of the intensity, most of them already kind of think it's already kind of a tropical storm right now. This was at 9 o'clock p.m., so most of them actually think that this thing is already producing some tropical storm force winds. I mean, it's gusty winds going on through it, so maybe. But I do see some getting to around Category 1, Category 2, and then a couple go all the way up to Category 4/5. And so that might be a bit of a thing that we might have to look out for, especially in terms of rip currents, high surf, stuff like that for our coastal areas. But other than that, that's really the only thing that I can see here. I would show you the Euro as well, because the European also is just another model that we could look at, but it pretty much almost says the same thing. Obviously, it's not exactly the same, but it pretty much says the same thing. And even when you get around 10 days out, it's still not that far enough. This is 10 days out right here. Most of them have it going to the east. This one has a couple more runs to it, so obviously you have a couple that might be going a bit more to the west than others, but most of them still have this track right here. And speaking of, afterwards, not seeing anything in the main development region at all. So, like I said, I think we just got to get through this one system right here. And then after we get through this one, whatever it does behind it, I'm not quite sure if we will have anything really behind it. For now, things can change. It's still 10 days out, but it could be a good case scenario. That is all that I have for the tropics, so let's go on and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. See what the audience has to say for tonight. Starting off with Miss Tolliver, who comes into the chat first tonight, says, "Good evening. Cool day at my house. Had lots of mallards enjoying the sun at the pond. Happy to see some fall-like weather. It is getting that time. All the fall weather people that were asking me when is it going to start getting cooler, when is it going to start getting cold. Well, I think it's pretty much we're getting to that time frame now. Now, does that mean that we will completely escape potentially some warmer air coming in? Absolutely not. Does not mean that. But, I mean, just looking at the models for it, I'm not really seeing anything too bad if I go in and check right now, which I know I'm sidetracking right now. But, go all the way to shaded, go all the way back to our models and see what they look like. I mean, just pushing this forward all the way. I mean, for now, things can change, especially over 300 hours. But 300 hours, I mean, that's in November at that time. I mean, I'm seeing high 70s, mid 70s, but I'm not seeing anything else past that. Not seeing anything else past that. So I think we're definitely done with the 90s. I don't think we get back to that. Are we done with the 80s? I see a 79. So probably not done with the 80s quite yet. But for the 90s, I say for sure we are done with that. Back towards the audience we go. Mr. Chris says, good evening, everyone from Monk's Corner. Hope you all had a great day. Please remember to go and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, also share with everyone that you know. He's absolutely correct. We've had 14 people tune in and only 7 likes. If you are a part of that 7 that have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. It's free. You can change your mind at any time, and it helps me out. Mr. Anthony comes in and says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. My nana comes in and says, hello, Jay. Nice day from, I'm going to assume you mean the Florida room. I enjoyed it. Well, thank you so much for that comment. Glad that you had a nice day out there. Mr. Chris comes back and says, everyone here, don't forget to hit the like button. Absolutely correct. My Aunt Lula comes in and says, good evening, everyone. We had a great day today. I'm glad to hear so. Glad that you had a good evening hopefully you had a good evening as well. Glad that you had a great day today. Dad says, good evening, Jessica. Congratulations on all your academic achievements. Super proud of you, cousin. You deserve a round of applause. Another beautiful day here inside of San Antonio. Glad to hear that was a great day. Yes, I did get a little academic award today, so let me go ahead and give myself a round of applause real quick. So that was just for myself real quick. Not going to spend too much time on it. My aunt Lou comes back and says, nephew, I saw someone burning. Is it safe in Georgetown to start a fire? I know there's some wind. They haven't said anything in terms of like a red flag warning or a critical fire condition, so no, it shouldn't be dangerous or anything right now to burn anything. Obviously, no matter what happens, you should always be safe while you're burning either way. So even if there's nothing in the forecast in terms of fire conditions, definitely should still go on and be safe with it. Let's see. We also have Ms. Tolliver come back and said, I heard that we had some meteor showers. I don't keep too much in tabs in terms of astronomy. So I sometimes see and I just see, meteor showers and stuff like that. And I just might go out and look, but if I don't see anything really, I just don't really do too much. I will take a picture of it if I do see it, and I'll see what is going on with that. Terrell also says, greetings everyone, wonderful day today. Glad to hear that. Greetings to you. It was a nice and crispy day. Thank you so much for that weather update over to where you are. And then my Aunt Lula comes back and says I was able to do some gardening today. That's fantastic as well. And that's all that we have inside the chat. So, if you want to go on and leave something inside the chat, you can. You just have to be a subscriber to the channel. And to be a subscriber, you need to have a YouTube account. If you don't have a YouTube account, well, you have to make one. It's free. So let's go on and talk about the 4 locations outside of South Carolina. You might be asking, what are the 4 locations? What am I talking about? I'm talking about San Antonio, Texas, Raleigh, North Carolina, as well as Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and then also Duncan, Oklahoma. The reason why we talk about these 4 locations is because we have people from these areas who tune in almost nightly. And so even though they're not getting their forecast, they still tune in. So let's go on and give them their forecast as well. So starting off with San Antonio first, you have low temperatures tonight at 72, high temperatures tomorrow at 90, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 69. There is indeed no precipitation that is expected, no severe weather, and no excessive rainfall. So you are good there. For Raleigh, you have low temperatures tonight at 42, high temperatures tomorrow at 75, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 52. No precipitation is expected at this time. Same thing with tomorrow, but tomorrow night there is a slight chance of showers due to that cold front passing through. After some convection, gets going with it, it will have the chance to drop some. Pretty low though, we're only around like a 20%. Now for Philadelphia, low temperatures tonight at 46, high temperatures tomorrow at 69, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 52. No precipitation is expected tonight or tomorrow, but showers are expected tomorrow night. Showers are indeed expected tomorrow night, so you do have to watch out for that. No severe weather or excessive rainfall for you either. And then for Duncan, Oklahoma, you have low temperatures tonight at 50, high temperatures tomorrow at 76, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 47. No precipitation is expected at this time. You actually do have a chance for some excessive rainfall on Thursday and Friday. Isolated flash flooding is possible on Thursday and Friday. And that is all that I see here for those 4 areas. So what is going on right now throughout the entire U.S. weather news-wise? Right now it says dry and breezy conditions will continue to promote critical fire weather conditions today across portions of northern central Texas. Additionally, well above normal temperatures may challenge some daily high temperatures records across Texas as well. A storm system over southeastern Canada will continue to bring lake effect showers and thunderstorms downwind of Lake Erie through Wednesday. And if you were here earlier, you saw the low pressure in the system over there inside of southeastern Texas, not Texas, but Canada, that I was just talking about. We also will have some wind. Some high wind that will be going on from the Dakotas to Montana to Minnesota to Iowa. Freezing will be ongoing throughout a good amount of the west and even the central U.S. from Texas Panhandle all the way up into Nebraska through to Colorado and even to Idaho. Parts of California will also be getting some frost as well. And there might even be some areas that might not be talked about in terms of freezing just because of their criteria. Maybe just for this time of year it's already kind of too late for that, and they just expect freezing temperatures at this time. But that is all that I can see here in terms of the entire U.S. So again, if you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button yet, go on and do so. We are at 598. We are only 2 subscribers away. That's it from the 600 goal. Go on and share it. It's free. You can change your mind at any time. There's at least 1 or 2 people that you have not sent it to yet. So go on and send it to them. Make sure that they go and hit the subscribe button and let them know that it's free. It's free. That's it. It takes about 20 seconds to do. It's one of the easiest things that you will ever do. And it helps me out. We also will have that Q&A at 600. Top fans for tonight. Let's see. We have, I believe Mr. Chris is at number 1. Miss Tolliver is at number 2. And then Trail is at number 3. Congratulations to the 3 of y'all for being the top fans for tonight. That is all that we have there. If you want to be a top fan, you can. You just have to be here early and have to be active inside the chat. I will be back tomorrow morning with your Tuesday morning forecast update. Make sure that you are there. And then I should be here for the rest of the week. I know I was a bit skeptical. I didn't know what was going to happen this morning. But I'm here now, so I should be here for the rest of the week unless something else pops up. That happens, obviously, you can go inside of the community or the post section and you'll see exactly what's going on there. I will be back again tomorrow morning. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Monday, and make sure before you leave, you go on and hit those 2 buttons.